Let's do a little bit of type 2, and from here I will move a little faster. The type 2 is called the giver, loving person, helper, nurturer, enabler. As I mentioned just now, they're very much like the Mother Teresa, right? Always helping, always sacrificing. And there's one thing which I think sometimes people may not understand about the 2. They will give, but they also expect something back in return. But what they expect in return is actually more your affection, your acknowledgement, your validation. It's not like they want you to help them as well, because they don't like to be seen as the one who cannot help. They like to be seen as the one who can help, so that people would kind of appreciate them, like them, love them, want their attention. That's why they can be considered givers. Focus of attention, the needs of others, their feelings and their wants. So they are big, warm-hearted beings who always want to make a difference to others. And because they're social beings, all they want from you is your love and attention and your connection and your friendship. Unconscious childhood message is not okay to have your own needs, which is why they hardly express their own needs. Once they do, it might be perceived that they can't give that kind of help to other people. So hence they hardly express that they need help, which is something they need to change. Because once they become balanced, I'll give you help, but when I need help, I also need to ask for help. A lot of 2s, frankly, don't do that. So hence, for the type 2, if you look at it, when they're angry, they can go to the 8. The 8 is the strongest personality. So you notice while the 2 can be very nice, but if they don't get what they want, they can be very tough. It's almost like they may say, after all I've given you, after all I've provided for you, and you can't even appreciate this. So they can be very direct, but usually they're not. Usually they go to a nice side of 4, right? This is the healthy side of 4. Remember, each number, there's a good side and there's a not so good side. And the 4, I think when the 2 goes to the 4, they finally realize their gifts, because the 4 is a very individualistic person. They finally realize their gifts, their strengths, their ability to provide for people, and they feel a lot of pride for themselves, and they want to stand out as being very different. So when they're relaxed, they go to the good side of 4. When they're angry, they go to the not so good side of 8. These are the strengths of the type 2: relationship-oriented, empathic, that means empathy, supportive, and all these very nice qualities, very self-sacrificing. Think of someone who likes to provide. In your team setting, think of someone who's always trying to make a difference to everyone else, right? They're hardly disliked. They're usually very liked. They tend to spot a smile quite often, always readily waiting to be of assistance. But when overused, this is when they become too accommodating, indirect, means not willing to share what kind of difficulties they're going through. They're unwilling to receive. They're so good at giving, but not willing to receive. That means even if you had to assist them, or if you offered to assist, they'll probably say, no, I'm okay, but actually they're not. Guilt-inducing, they may put you on guilt trips, especially if they have given a lot of help to you or they have sacrificed for you. They do expect something back in return, and when you don't, they will make you feel guilty. Quite unaware of their own needs because they're busy giving to others. They overemphasize relationships when actually, yes, they should be thinking about some of the tasks at hand, what kind of work needs to be done, but they're busy completing other people's tasks sometimes. They tend to overextend themselves, and that is, they want to give more and more and more, and it sometimes they find it so difficult to stop it. They can feel like a victim sometimes, and they get a bit needy, especially when you ignore them. So these are some of the pointers which can help you remember what the 2 is like. Strategic giving. So what is strategic giving? Basically, they give for a certain reason. They don't just give freely. In fact, they're givers, but they know who to give, at least those who are practicing healthy giving, but they give for a reason as well. Natural capacity to express empathy. They're very empathic. Strong radar to know who needs help. It's like they know who needs help, and they can actually notice it very well, even without you expressing it. A type 2 can tell who in the room needs help. Guilt tripping, I mentioned this just now. Pride, they're the best giver. They like to be, but they're very proud about being the best giver out there. They are very proud of their ability to make a difference. What if all the giving was actually taking? What does that mean? Actually, some unhealthy 2s can give in order to take back. Okay, so that's not a good trait, but some 2s know exactly why they give. Path of development, altruism, that is giving without ever wanting to receive back. And And so that's basically all about the two, right? So generally a really nice person, very healthy in their intentions. They are always wanting to provide for others, and that will be a wonderful asset to any team.